Hey guys, Czar here. Good morning to you. Thursday, May 9th. Hope you're having a good morning so far. We're about to open here. It's 9:29. We've got about 45 seconds to the open. Watching the three sisters as usual on the open. I know these videos are probably very boring because I just do the same thing over and over again, and that really is kind of a hack, if you will, or a secret or a technique or a tip or something along those lines, is to make sure that your trading is about as boring as it can get. And that might work for some of you, at least it certainly does for me. When things get too exciting, that's when I tend to make mistakes or do silly things or begin to get impulsive in my entries, and even darting back and forth in terms of what I'm looking at and what I'm noticing and what I'm seeing. And doing the same thing day in and day out really seems to be a little thing that works for me, and I know it does for many others, to be quite frank, and I've worked with enough traders to know that that's often the difference maker, is when you start to come in here and say, in my case, looking at the three sisters, 1 minute chart and VWAP, volume weighted average price, NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow, first candle, there it is, looking to see the 1 minute open range form, and then I'll be looking at the bigger picture on each of these to see if there are any setups that fit into my optimal setup list, if you will, or collection or portfolio, and simply take it from there. So I'll put you on pause now. I'll bring you back if anything happens. I'm going to be very patient. And as always, I'll remind you that my default position is to take no trades today. To take none. Unless the market leaves me with no option and no choice. I'll be back. We've had a significant move up this morning on the NASDAQ on news earlier. News in the UK, and then of course the pre-market news as well. Not major news, but we did have a little bit of a pop there. And so we're kind of hanging about here. Notice the daily. We have an inside candle, another inside candle. This one on the daily, of course. And now pushing down here on the NASDAQ. Three sisters. Inside the open range on all three. Dow, S&P, and NAS. Nothing for me to do here. All right, guys. Sell stop right here. Waiting for a pullback now to that level. Stop above the session high, of course. Looks like it's going here pretty... not back yet. Right up, if I can get back into here. And in, guys. And in. Short the NASDAQ, and I'll explain why in a minute. Looking for 1 hour here, just a quick 1 hour if possible. Watching the three sisters on another monitor. And there it is, guys, 1 hour. That didn't take very long, did it? That's a quick 27.5 points, and going lower here by the looks of it. You can kind of see this market trying to buy up and then failing, and trying to buy up and then failing, and then breaking down below the session low. Negative moving average configuration coming into the pre-market right before the open, and then of course into the open. 9 squeezing up to the 21, but then staying bearish and then breaking down below the session low. There was some agreement on the S&P, not so much on the Dow, but I'm ignoring the Dow these days, mostly on the open if it doesn't agree completely. For the reasons that we've talked about, that the fact that the Dow was really marching to its own drummer of late. But this is also very important here, guys. The daily is an inside candle. It neither helps nor hurts the trade. Momentum has been waning after this big run up for multiple days here. And then we had a negative day yesterday, now this inside day with a bearish body on the flip. This is a big piece too. We drove up here in the pre-market on 2 pieces of news here this morning, 7 o'clock in the UK, and then again 8:30 here in the US session right here, bullish. The market started rethinking their bullish stance before the market even opened, flipped into a bearish body in the bottom 50% of the pre-market candle. See that here on the 30-minute chart? So a bearish flip, already saying, nope, that was too much buying, and now it's time to change our tune and go a little bit lower here. And then of course the break below the prior candle low. Clearly, this is going significantly lower than my 1R, but I took the most certain move and done for the morning by the looks of it. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.